There is a lot of noise happening right now when it comes to Kate Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge, on the world stage. And of course, there is zero coincidences that this has happened right now. And of course, there are connections to cryptocurrency, one, possibly two in particular, but we are going to get into that. But welcome everybody to Crypto Angles podcast number 51, 5 and 1 equals 6. So this noise happening on the world stage is impacting our physical reality. So do stick with me with this. I feel there are going to be gems in this, so do stick till the end. It is going to be a long one. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be a long one. I haven't done Gematria connections for a minute, so it's going to be a long one. So make sure you get comfortable, grab a drink, a beverage, some tea, some water, H3O2 water, or some wine, as I'm sipping on some wine right now. But welcome everybody. My name is Kelita Sahliah. I am a mother, I'm a real angel, and of course I dabble in crypto, and this is why we are here. So I do combine astrology of the sky in relation to the crypto market. For those who are new, if you do not know, astrology does play a major part in the crypto market, and I do not follow mainstream tropical Western astrology. I basically look at the sky that's above our head and pay attention to that, and you would recognize that that is not in alignment with the visible. That's not in alignment. Mainstream astrology isn't in alignment with the visible sky, basically. So that's what we do over here. But I do say, don't believe me when it comes to the astrology. Check for yourself, Google it, or grab yourself the calendar so you can follow along as well. We are at the end of this calendar, 2023 to 2024, as it finishes in March. This is the last month, but make sure you follow along with me for the new calendar. There's physical and digital copies available on Etsy. There's a 10% discount on Etsy if you type in Lumin10 at checkout. I'll put it in the description below. It's also available on my TikTok shop. But for those who are new, what we usually do is we go over the Gematria connections that's happening on the world stage. We then look into the astrological story that's happening for this cycle and see how it could or not impact the crypto market. And we then check out the technical analysis for Bitcoin, XRP, and the DXY. We could potentially be checking out another coin, so we will see. But let's get into the Gematria connections. We probably won't be spending much time on the astrological story, but we need to get into these connections. I've not done it for a minute, so here we are. So if you are new as well, we do look at numerology quite heavily when we look into the Gematria connections. This is my threads on Instagram. It's Kelita Sahliah. Feel free to check me out over there so you can look at the connections yourself at a later date when you choose. It's all available. But let's get into it. And my intention is, I'm only attracting conscious beings, people with open minds, who with the capacity to see things from multiple angles. If you see my YouTube, I do say I am light shining on multiple angles. So when we look into the Gematria, we're going to look at a holistic point of view. It will, of course, connect to cryptocurrency, but pay attention to anything that may appear in your own personal hologram, your own personal life, and take note of that, especially the numbers. So I need you to breathe with me when it comes to all of these numbers, because they all play quite a big part. So in this Gematria connection with Kate Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge, just a lot is happening, especially when it comes to this photo here with Pitney, her Pitney, her children, her three children. My heritage is Jamaican, so that's where Pitney come from. But anyway, a lot of noise has been happening, especially if you're on social media. If you're not, then maybe you wouldn't hear of it, so this may be new to you. But if you're on social media, a lot of people are making videos and saying like, oh my days, something is going on with the royal family, Kate Middleton, what's happening? This photo right here, it's like it's clearly photoshopped. She was rushed to hospital for an emergency, and then now all of a sudden, is it William or is it Harry? It's William, who she's married, supposedly has another baby mama and another baby. It's all motherfucking noise on the world stage. It's literally all noise to bring your attention, to draw your attention, to distract you in essence, and to just focus on the narrative that they're playing while they're signaling something out. So before we just take a look at these massive numbers here, when it comes to Gematria, for those who are new, it shows the relationship and the connection things have with each other within our hologram. Our hologram is numerical based, it's geometry. So this is where Gematria comes in. Everything has a numerical value. So when it comes to the world stage, or even in your life, something will happen on the world stage, and it basically creates a chain reaction, or like a chain reaction, and things that have a connection could appear, may not, but it could appear as well in the hologram. So this is the angle we are coming at when it comes to Gematria. So for a start, I already says Crypto Angles podcast is number 6. So this whole episode is definitely, and the things being mentioned in this episode is going to affect the material reality, our collective reality. Now, as I says, this is going to be a long one because we are going to look at 3 versions, 3 Gematria connections. We're looking at Kate Middleton, then Duchess of Cambridge, and then Kate Middleton, Duchess of Cambridge. So we're combining all 3 of them together. But the numbers that stand out to me is we're getting, with Kate Middleton, Hebrew 378, we're getting 18, and that breaks down to 9. So straight away, in alignment with the Crypto Angles podcast, so this is why I swear, just follow yourself. I was not feeling to do Gematria connections for about 3 cycles now, and then all of a sudden I'm like, yes, this. It's late. What's the time? It's 2 a.m. for me right now, but this video will obviously be out probably about 9 or 10 a.m. on Sunday, but I just had to just get this out like word vomit. I couldn't wait until the rising. So straight away, it's in full alignment because we're getting, with the Crypto Angles podcast, as below and then so above, with the 6 and the 9, okay, with the Hebrew Gematria. Then going into the ordinal, we're getting number 7. So it's like source is involved, secrecy is involved, wisdom is involved with this episode, like no gas. Chaldean, we're then getting the 13-4. Now this is a karmic number, 13-4. So karmic barriers basically being broken, being ending, karmic cycles and things of that nature. 4 represents time as well. So in the material, we're getting 6, getting this ethereal wisdom of 9 and endings. With source, secrecy and wisdom coming out is impacting our time. And then of course with more of the numbers, we're getting with Duchess of Cambridge, we're getting 597 in Hebrew, which gives us 21-3. Now when it comes to the Hebrew, I definitely pay more attention to the ordinal and Chaldean. However, the Hebrew does give some interesting insights, especially because this exact number is coming up twice. Look, we've got the 597, and then with Kate Middleton, Duchess of Cambridge, we're getting the numbers just switched around. We're getting 9, 7, 5, both giving us a 21-3. Now 21 equals Saturn. It equals Saturn. Should I show you this, or you know what, let me show you. Let me actually show you, so I'm not I'm not gassing. Let's not gas. Okay. We'll give the receipts. 21 equals Saturn in Gematria. So this is one that I use and to set it up so you can test it out for yourself. And I love the geometry at the back. My laptop's a little bit slow, so just bear with me. Here we go. Come on, you can do it, baby. I have to wait till it pops up before, or can I just do this? Yeah, no, it's not going to do it. Oh, don't be long with me now. Don't be long with me. Okay, here we are. So you just click Chaldean if it wants to work, and update, and it will give you Chaldean, and we've got Saturn. In Chaldean is giving us a 21 as well as reduction 21. So Saturn, time, what's happening right now is being heavily manipulated, and I just find it interesting that we're not only getting it in one cipher with Duchess of Cambridge, but Kate Middleton, Duchess of Cambridge as well. We're getting in Hebrew the 21 and 3. So Saturn, time, in our time right now, this is quite major. It really is. And then going back to Duchess of Cambridge though, we're also getting another 9 as we had here with Kate Middleton. So it's just amplifying endings. It's really amplifying endings, getting ready for new beginnings. And then we've got with Chaldean, we've got the 69, just with Crypto Angles podcast giving the 6 and the 9 here, and we're getting that 69 that as below so above, giving us the 15 falling down to 6. So again, amplifying that this is in full alignment with me doing this now. It really is. And I feel the material is going to be impacted from her actions on the world stage. We're also getting, as we went over, the 21 and the 3. So the 3 energy is full of creativity, bravery. Ultimately, energetically, the number 3 represents the coil. So it's kind of like a coil where energy travels along. So it's like you have to be brave, you have to be creative to create this new coil so the energy can travel along. So again, it's kind of amplifying the 9 energy of endings as well as the 6 energy of the material. Again, we're getting another 7 energy. Wisdom, knowledge, some secrecy and things of that nature. And lastly, we're getting the binary code. So as you can see, in Chaldean, the full title of Kate Middleton, Duchess of Cambridge, gives us in Chaldean 118, which breaks down into the binary code of our hologram. So things are really changing from this point on, and of course I do feel it's going to have a major impact in the crypto market, but we're looking at this holistically with what's going to happen in our life and the world stage, and how that of course will impact the crypto market. But let's get into the Gematria connections before we get into the astrological story. So this is beautiful Kate Middleton. If you don't know, the Duchess of Cambridge, this is the photo that was recently released, and I swear I don't follow them, I have no clue, but I am on TikTok. Do check me out on TikTok as well if you would like to. But I am on TikTok, and so many people were just talking about this photo is photoshopped. Like they were going in deep and they were just like, nah, this just doesn't look real. And I don't know, like, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? People who are good at editing, but that's not the important thing. That's just a distraction for people to be confused. Not even confused, to draw their attention to, like, oh, what's going on? But there's a deeper message. So let's take a look at that. So we are going to focus right now on the Hebrew for a little moment. giving us that 3, 7, 8, and as you can see in simple ordinal gematria, it's giving us that 1, 3, 3. So when it comes to these numbers, I would also like you to pay attention to what pops up in your own personal hologram, because that will show your alignment to things. It will ideally bring like a spark bring like a spark to say, oh wait. So just keep that in mind as we go through these connections. The first one, we've got financial collapse. Could that be a potential? Like, oh, we have had highs in Bitcoin. Not all the cryptocurrencies, but quite a lot of them have gone up. Will it be a full on collapse? I don't know, but keep that in mind. I'm definitely seeing a correction, so this caught my attention for sure. And this 152, that's interesting. It's bringing back memories. I'm sure that was like to the lady on the plane, which was one of my like first Crypto Angles podcast videos. Bull ring. Now this is just a personal connection to me, so this is where if something pops out and it's more of a personal connection, take note. I was meant to go to the bull ring today. Well, not Sunday, Saturday. I was meant to go. The bull ring is in Birmingham. It's a town city centre. So this just confirmed to me I'm in alignment with what I'm meant to do. There was a reason I wasn't feeling gematria connections before, and now I'm feeling it. So keep that in mind. We've got, is Dogecoin good? So this is the other coin I'm potentially, if I remember, when we get into the technical analysis, we'll do TA on it, because not so much recently. It's like other coins have been a bit more hyped recently, but it was very hyped before. So we'll take a look at the technical analysis. I feel this will be around. I don't feel it's going anywhere, so we'll see. So jumping onto the ordinal now, so there wasn't much Hebrew, but the 133 Kate Middelton. Pay attention to this 52 because it is important. It really is. I need to cough. Hang on. Oh, sorry. And you know, it's only the other day I realised I can mute the mic, but I forgot to do it on that occasion, so my bad. So, rabbit. This 52 with Kate Middelton is important that this has popped up because we're getting rabbit. The mirror of rabbit in Chaldean is what? It is, oh gosh, ads. It is Saturn, and we're getting that twice. We're also getting the as below, so above with the 69. So, this is important. Why? Because we have literally just exited the year of the rabbit and we've entered into the year of the dragon. So it's like there's no coincidences that this act on the world stage with her doing whatever with baby mama drama and all that shit is coming up right now. So keep that in mind. We've then got simulation with the 133. Of course, we are in a simulation. We've got facing end of days. And I feel this is just energetically, it's not like, oh, this is the end of the world. It's just the end of a cycle, getting ready to enter into a new. But of course, this is a hoax. So her act on the world stage, we're also getting that 52, which is rabbit. We've ended it, and it's happened just after. It's a hoax, people. It's an act on the world stage. So just keep your energy where you need to keep your energy. Settlement. So I found this interesting. I know it just says settlement, but it's like, what settlement? What is this about? Why has this come up? But it potentially could be coming very soon, this settlement of sorts. But who is it? Ripple Moon. We've got Ripple Moon. So this is the cryptocurrency connection to what the noise is on the world stage. And as I said, I don't think I've said, when it comes to these gematria connections, this is how those who have the eye to see, as well as the elite and all of those whatever, this is how they communicate with each other. An act will happen on the world stage. the average Joe is going to be distracted by the noise that's going on, and they will then read the messages so they know how to then act after this point. And it's saying Ripple Moon. Who is Ripple? It's connected to XRP. So confirmation burp. I had a mini burp then, and another one. All interesting. We've got twin souls, so just a little bit of romance here. But not even romance, it could be just platonic. But if your twin soul comes in at this point, your mirror soul, don't be surprised. As I says, we look at a holistic point of view over here. We've got the King of Hearts. Now this is interesting. It's just like part of the tarot, and it comes up later, so we'll come back to this. Don't worry about it. We've got rigged election. There's an election happening, isn't there? I know there's like, I'll be honest, I don't pay much attention to politics or things of that nature. So when it comes to the UK, I have zero knowledge of what's going on. But I'm more than sure it's the presidential election in the United States. The last one was rigged 100%. And I'll be honest, most of them probably were. All of them probably were. So this one, there won't be a surprise. Again, we've got election and this word. So I don't know if the algorithm will not allow me to say it, but we've got the Great Escape. I find this interesting because I feel energetically things are shifting. Things are shifting. So for those on this frequency, is there an escape of some sort with all this? Now we've got July 7th. We've got a date here. Now, yeah, we're going to pay attention to this date. I personally don't see anything interesting or that noticeable. I may take a deeper look maybe as we get closer to it this year, but I'm possibly seeing for 2025. So keep that in mind. So continuing now, we've got healing power. So I feel generally people are awakening. You may awaken to your healing power, so keep that in mind. We've got DNA activation. We're also getting that 52. So it's like during the year of the rabbit and after as well. Our DNA has been activating. We've been opening up our awareness levels and things of that nature. We've got DNA sequencing. So it's like things are happening in due time. Not due time, things are happening in alignment, in the pattern the nature is meant to be. And sometimes I feel like days can be a bit low. Like I was low. I was literally so low before starting this video, and then I just got a spark. Like I saw a video, I was like, Kate Middleton. I was like, you know what, let me check it out. I checked it out, found the connections. I was like, whoa. And then I was a bit more alive. So, you know, just trust the process, I guess. Got angel divine gene. So again, it's just another thing. I say that I am an angel, but angels are just angles of light. So people have been like, why'd you call yourself an angel? Bro, I'm just an angle of light. Or not even just, I am an angle of light, which is also an angel, and I am presenting my angle of light, and as are you. And I feel this is the activation. So it's kind of like we're getting ready to show and shine our angle of light, being angels. We've got XRP rules. XRP rules. Like, why is this connected to Kate Middleton, Duchess of Cambridge, noise on the world stage, and all the drama? XRP is all up in there, and I just find it interesting, especially because when we get into the technical analysis, the way XRP has moved in comparison to the rest of them. And of course, because it creates the exact same code, we've also got XPR rules. So I have a theory that though I feel XRP is going to do the most when it's time, I feel this XRP Proton could be like an underdog. So we're going to get more into this token. But we've got Kobe Bryant. Now this may seem super random, but he plays a big part in this. His exit from the realm actually plays a major part in this, more than you know. So my mentor, Waters Above, done the biggest decode on it. I don't know if it's available on his YouTube, but it's definitely available on his Patreon. And he went into it from last year. So this is where I was starting to pick things up, and I was like, oh, okay. And of course, he's popped up again with Kate Middleton. And in his decode of the Year of the Dragon, he popped up again, and we're gonna get into it. So, why is he so important? Because Kobe Bryant, this is what he wore. Yeah, this is what he wore when he played. Now, bear in mind, I have zero knowledge of sports and things. I won't say zero, probably like 2%. But I don't give a flying fuck about this. The NFL, is it the NFL? Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't watch it. Have no clue. But the numbers show something important to me. We've got 8 and 24. So when it comes to the year that we're in 2024. We've also got the number 8. 2024 calculated breaks down to the number 8. There's zero coincidences, like zero, that we that he wore this and that he exited at this time. Now, I done a video on this. Should I put it up? I done a video. Let's try get it up. I don't know why YouTube Studio. You know what? No, let me not do it because it's just gonna show all my accounts. But I done a video on it with the universal 8 year. So it will be tagged up as a pin comment, and I'll put it at the end, and I'll tag it in the bottom in the comments as well. Universal 8 year. Do check it out. But there's zero coincidences. This character, Kobe Bryant, exited the world stage was it last year? 2023? Forgive me if I'm getting the dates wrong, or was it 2022? Either way, I'm sure it was last year, the beginning. He exited the world stage, and since then, when Waters Above done the decode on him, it was just like, oh wow, like so many things were coming up. And there's zero coincidences that he's coming up now with Kate Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge, doing whatever act on the world stage, linking back to Kobe Bryant, giving us the universal 8 year, which is what? 2024. So his act on the world stage of exiting the realm, he's just become another character, by the way. I don't mean to be insensitive, but that's how they play. Those who are puppets on the world stage, they do what they need to do, and then they become another character. But his act of exiting the world stage when he did was a big signal to say, pay attention to the universal 8 year, which is 2024. So keep that in mind. All right, keep that in mind. So we've got, this is a divine secret. As I said, if you've come this far in the video, and I do hope that I intend you stay longer till the technical analysis, fam. But it's a divine secret, you know, and it's only those who have the eyes to see, who will know it. So there's gems, fam. There's gems. We've got deep state death. Oh, is their time over? And oh my days. Nah, I didn't even recognize this before. I didn't recognize it. Look, we've got the 52 giving us the rabbit linked to Kate Middleton, the 133. We're also getting the 58. Why am I just so shocked with the 58? I didn't notice it before. But we've got XRP giving us what? 58. Also giving us the 23, which was during what? The year of the rabbit, which was 52. We've also clearly got XPR. just doing that for the differentiation, giving us the exact same numbers. And why am I in alignment with this and so connected? Because I also get the 58 with my name. So this is why I've always been connected to XRP anyway. It's literally just in alignment. It's literally the coding of the hologram, what I was meant to do at this time, and to speak my truth. So pay attention to the numbers, pay attention to your numbers and what pops up and out for you. But with all of this going on, has their time ended? Will it be done? Because have you watched the show? What's it called? Oh my days, I forgot. The Inside Job. Inside Job. Is it on Disney or Netflix? I can't remember. It's on one of them. But Inside Job, and they just put it out clearly and plainly, talking about the deep state. And they need to tell you, because that's in the contract. They need to tell you. They can't not say it. Whether you believe it or not, they put it in any way they want to, and many people think, oh, that's bullshit. But it's like, was they just putting everything out there because their time has done? You know, energetically we're entering into something new. So it's like, what's going on? So going back to the King of Hearts. So this is what it means. So it's the highest ranking in the King of Hearts, and it's associated with love, empathy, and deep emotions. So it embodies the highest form of emotional intelligence, expressing profound understanding and sensitivity to the needs of others, a leader of wisdom and compassion. We're going to get into more here, but I feel this is dualistic. I feel this links to with like love and empathy and like deep emotions. It connects to, was it twin souls? That coming up as well. But also you sharing your wisdom and your knowledge. So this is why it's like, even though this is about crypto and astrology with crypto, I like to look at this holistically to link it into your own life, for what you would like to do personally. And I feel it's coming out with this act on the world stage, creates an energetic ripple. But going back to this 133, we've got this tracker. Is this a thing? Could this be a thing? I don't like to create fear of sorts, but you know, there was this theory of, because it's like nanotechnology, you could be tracked. Possibly, I don't know. What are your thoughts? But we're gonna move on to Duchess of Cambridge now, giving us in Hebrew Gematria that 597, as well as in simple and ordinal Gematria that 162. So we've got XRP price, which will also, I don't have the photo, it will also give us XPR price, because numerically they're the same thing. Keep that in mind. They are the same thing. And I don't know, the masculine in me, the logic in me is just like, the XPR price just looks like the shittest coin ever. However, the feminine, for whatever reason, is just saying, oh, look into this, look into this. So that's what I've been doing when it comes to XPR. And I feel a lot of noise, excuse me, as I mentioned before, is happening with XPR, with the court case and things of that nature. So it's like, is a lot of noise happening with XRP for XPR to then rise, because they're the same thing, potentially. We've got sitting bull. So I find this funny because, of course, if you're watching this video, you're into cryptocurrency, bull market, bull run. It's like a sitting bull. It's waiting. There's a bull getting ready right now. Full moon in Cancer. This is interesting. Why is this interesting? Because when are we getting our full moon in Cancer? So we're going to take a quick look at the calendar, have a little break from that. Oh, this is the new calendar, by the way, but we're going to scroll all the way down. digital and physical copies are available. When are we getting our full moon in Cancer? We're getting it in January 2025. Now, when it comes to mainstream tropical Western astrology, they are going to tell you it's happening in December 2024. But this, it begins in Taurus and then it finishes majorly in, what's this, Gemini. So I'm keeping an eye out for December and January. When it comes to the crypto market, quarter four and quarter one can be quite volatile and active. So I just find it interesting that there was a confirmation burp, a mini one, that this act on the world stage with Kate Middleton has come up, and it also links, like Duchess of Cambridge links to full moon in Cancer. So of course, when it comes to crypto, yes, there are like potential quick profit making opportunities at some points, but ultimately it is for the medium to long term. So this is a little later, is the beginning of 2025. So let's keep this date in mind, okay? December to January. We've also got like XRP. We've got the XRP stuff, okay? So just keep that in mind. Elon Musk's code. So I find this interesting, especially because he tweets the most, literally the motherfucking most. So I'm not even going to say pay attention to his tweets, but if something does pop up and it just pops up in your hologram, then pay attention, because his act that he does could also give a signal which connects to all of this, you know. But it's kind of like we're getting a glimpse ahead of the future with Kate Middleton and her noise on the world stage. We've got Lucifer rises. So Lucifer is just light, so it's a little biblical references, but it's just light. So I'm seeing this as light rises, and is this the time? We've got age of illumination. So even when it comes to the Illuminati, it's just like the illuminated one, like it's light, you're illuminated. So I feel awakening is happening at this point. We've got Ashina, I can't even say her name properly, Ashaniah Dean. Ooh, her teachings were very interesting. I have learned some of her teachings about the Partikai and Particum. Basically, the deeper knowing of like our reality from a quantum level, like understanding the particles of our reality. So if she pops up in your timeline, if she just pops up more, her teachings, I looked at her teachings probably about 2 years ago, and I absorbed the knowledge like a sponge. I was like, oh wow, fascinating. Oh my days, has anyone watched Umbrella Academy? Like, I feel like a newbie because I spent probably about 2 years hardly watching any shows, and it's recently I've watched some shows, and Umbrella Academy, and the dad is like, yeah, he he killed his son because basically the son can come alive. That was his superpower, and like he killed him, he electrocuted him, and he electrocuted him is like fascinating. And Klaus was like, "You're the worst father ever." Sorry, that was just funny sidetrack. But if her teachings obviously come up anyway in your own personal hologram, then pay attention. You know, again, it's just like confirmation. So we've got Barclays. Now, this is just another personal reference for me. It doesn't say bank, but when I was gonna go to the bull ring, I was going to go to Barclays. Okay, Barclays Bank. So this is just a confirmation for me personally that I'm on the right track. We've got open throat chakra, so communication coming out, and something quite big for me, especially because I was born on the 7th, and number 7 is a lot about there's like wisdom, but it's about communicating that, teaching that, talking that. And if you keep that wisdom to yourself, this could be detrimental to you. So this was just interesting because I feel, even as like I didn't feel in alignment to talk about Gematria connections and some other things, I feel energetically like I'm ready for it even more now, or to continue it again. So again, this is just another confirmation. If you feel like you're opening up more, or if you feel like you want to talk more, this is the time. And her, Kate Middleton, Duchess of Cambridge, her act on the world stage and energetically is creating a wave. So trust yourself if you feel you need to do that. We've got hatching on the timeline. So I just found this interesting. It's like the timeline's opening up. And all of this is a giant gold nugget, people. If you have been with me for my journey recently, we had the blues clues from the Maui fires. We also had the gold clues. So we had a lot about gold and glue. Gold and blue, and these were the things I was kind of paying attention to and drawing my attention to. And this gold has come up. So I do feel her act on the world stage is this big old giant gold nugget. Like, I feel it's a gem. I really do. Glued to cell phone. I just found this interesting because, of course, many are, you know. Syrian sidereal calendar. Basically, the sidereal calendar, it just caught my attention because, of course, my calendar is in alignment with the visible sky, and sidereal is more in alignment with the visible sky. It's off a little when it comes to Pluto, but with the rest of them, it's basically the visible sky. So, again, another confirmation for me personally. So, moving on to the ordinal when it comes to Duchess of Cambridge, we're getting the 162, and we're also getting that as below, so above, with the 69 there. What do you get? XRP moon time, which will also transfer into, oh gosh, I jumped ahead, XPR moon time. So I didn't put that one in, but it's the same thing. We're also getting the 52 year of the dragon, but of course, no, year of the rabbit, but of course we've ended that now. So it's like, oh, all of this stuff has happened at the end or after the year of the rabbit. And what comes next? Year of the dragon, giving us a connection, direct connection to Duchess of Cambridge. Kobe Bryant, Universal 8 year in 2024. It's this year, people. Something is happening this year. Like, I feel we'll probably get our extended highs in 2025, but I feel 2024 is gonna come with a lot of things. I feel it will, really. We've got great solar flash. If people know a lot about the solar flares and things of that nature, energetically, just a lot is happening. But let's continue. How much more? We've got 3 more after this. We've got shelves are cleared. Now, something come up, and I didn't put this in the pictures, but when it comes to this lunar eclipse happening when, or is it the solar eclipse? It's happening in April. So in the new calendar, it is here, and it's happening on the 8th, and it's the solar eclipse in Pisces. So again, mainstream astrology would say Aries, but the sky is telling you something motherfucking different. But a lot of news articles was coming up saying make sure you've stocked up food, prepared. Like, a lot of fear is coming around it. But then this is popping up with Kate Middleton doing her act on the world stage. We're getting shelves are cleared. So will they purposely just empty some shelves to create more scarcity? But stay in your energy. If you're seeing this before, maybe get prepared, get the stuff that you need. But yeah, we'll see. Heavens exposed. So we're seeing, basically, we are seeing how to make money. We're seeing, and please don't interpret this to just say, oh, XRP or XPR is the way on how to make money, because of course ultimately they link to cryptocurrency anyway. So there will be profit opportunities in XRP and XPR as well as other cryptocurrencies, but I do feel her act on the world stage is signaling an opportunity to increase your monetary value, basically. But focusing on just the noise of what's going on, you may miss that. Why? We've got XRP, golden ticket, giving us 3 2s, 32, or 2, what's that, 246, giving us 6, which is the material. So, of course, this will also be XPR, golden ticket. Like, I don't know, basically don't sleep on both of them. That's my intuition. See, XPR, golden ticket with the exact same numerical values. We've got XPR, magic numbers, confirmation burp, giving us again the 222 with the 6. And then, of course, we've got XRP, magic numbers. Could it potentially be reaching magic numbers? Now, I don't want to put hopium in your head of just like, oh, it's going to reach to $1,000. I don't know. I doubt it. The technical analysis don't really show that. But, so don't get caught up in the hype. But I do feel these are kind of gems. SARS. But it's true. The magic stick is dick. It really is. Like, no gas. Like, you put the magic wand, the magic stick into the portal, and it's 1 2 3 go, bro. 1 2 3 go. That's just funny. I found it funny. 2 soulmates. So again, we're getting soulmate energy, given that as below, so above with the 69, not the, let me behave. So know the truth. We've got 2 more, then we get on to the astrological story. We've got the unvaccinated only. Now, this one interested me. Now, I've not put it here to cause any separation and things of that nature. However, I feel that the world stage and what people put out there when it comes to their content, especially if you watch social media and things of that nature, I feel whatever may be the act on the world stage, quite a big act, may cause a lot of people to start or to bring back up this narrative of, oh, it's only for the unvaccinated, basically. But I don't see that as the case. I only see that people may try and talk about this, which may cause a division, may cause people who feel like, oh gosh, I can't do it, to go away and cause a superiority complex. I can't say it properly. You know what I mean. But ultimately, I feel every single individual is more powerful than anything. So even if you felt coerced into taking this vaccine, you're more powerful than it anyway. And I feel having that knowing within you, it's for you anyway. This change in your life, this activation, the DNA activation and things of that nature. But I do feel that the world stage, certain influencers may push this narrative of like, oh my days, if you did take this, then you can't blah blah, you're not going to evolve or get into this whatever. It's nonsense, okay? Because you are powerful. It doesn't matter what you put in your body, you're more powerful than it. So keep that in mind. And of course, depending on your willpower, the mindset that you have, and the reality you're ready to choose, no matter what choices you made in the past, but ultimately is coming to this victory or death scenario. So, going on to the last part now. Kate Middelton, Duchess of Cambridge, the last part of Gematria. So we're getting that 975. We've got my purpose, and this is interesting. I rewatched the video from Waters Above of the Year of the Dragon Decoded, and something that came up was what may happen in 2024 is people may feel like this is their purpose, or they may feel like they need to know their purpose. It's like you may have, yes, I now know my purpose, and people who I don't know what my purpose is and may feel a bit lost. And again, I just find it interesting, energetically wise, that her act on the world stage has come up and my purpose has come up as well. So if you feel like you had something, a niggling thing, and even if you feel recently like, oh gosh, I feel like I know what to do, or something along the lines of that, I feel you're in alignment. I do feel 2024 will bring out your purpose, but I wouldn't even say purpose, because purpose is just your life, what you choose to do, basically. But it's recognizing what you truly would like to do that is fulfilling for you. And on the opposite side, because of course we are in duality, many people may feel lost. We've also got Trump return. He popped up a few times. We had rigged election as well. Will he return? I don't know. I don't want to give too much attention to it. But due to an emergency, what could that emergency be? Or is this emergency linked to when Kate had to go into the hospital for an emergency? So it could be either or either. Could it be for Trump? It's all a chain reaction at the end of the day. We got Spyro the Dragon. So this is a personal one because I'm heavily connected to dragons, and Spyro was my absolute favorite game, and I just loved him. Look at him. Oh, just look at him. He's just amazing. He's my favorite color for one, purple. It was just amazing. And I really liked his dragonfly, but his dragonfly's not there. So again, that was just like a confirmation, like, oh, I'm on the right track. Like, I don't know if you've seen the Avatar, the last Airbender. For them to know who was the Airbender, they chose certain toys, and it's like an aspect of your childhood, basically. So this just makes me think, I'm remembering what I really liked in my childhood. Excuse me, we've got Bill Gates, Tyrant. Will he appear on the world stage? I don't know. Is there? So, going back to this settlement that was at the beginning, we've got the Ripple lawsuit deadline phases. So, we've got March the 13th, then we've got April the 12th, and April the 29th. April the 29th. This is interesting because what's happening April the 29th, when we are in this full moon energy that lasts for 5 days before and after. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't make this up. Oh my day. Oh, ooh. Word vomit. Everything is an algorithm. Even though I look at astrology in its nature, I look at the sky, I see it as highly advanced technology that is run on an algorithm that we just can't comprehend. What are the odds? What are the odds, please, that the final remedies deadline, the final one, ends on this full moon? When price likes to find its bottom, but after finding its bottom, which could even happen before the full moon because it starts 5 days before, we could then potentially long the market. So just keep that in mind. Like, there's zero coincidences. Keep these dates in mind. Just going back to that first connection of the settlement. So the last one, then we get into the astrological story. Just looking at the ordinal, giving us the 295, and in Chaldean the 118. And I find it fascinating that in the reduction, it brings us back to just Kate Middelton, which equaled 133. So there's zero coincidences, my family. Again, this guy has come up. He's appeared. So will he appear back? Is he electing? I don't know. I saw some videos of him talking, but I just scroll past it. I don't know what he's saying. So we'll see. Bill Gates, I feel Bill Gates has already exited the world stage. I just feel it's just a carbon copy, a clone of his character to keep him going anyway. So could this be a potential with this ripple effect? Ripple? From Kate Middelton. I don't know, will they present it on the world stage that he exits? But I feel he's already gone. But the true outcome of events, I feel, will come from all of this noise. And we've got seek ye first the kingdom of God. Of course, if you don't know, I came from a religious background. I am not religious right now, and I do not intend to be for the rest of my life. But I find this interesting because it brings us back to Kate Middleton with the 133 and seek ye first the kingdom of God. Where is the kingdom of God? It's within. So this again, it's just signaling, look into you within. We've got the greatest day in history. Could noise happening on the world stage, especially if something big happens, is this gonna be a mark in history? But sound of freedom, sound of home. Are we going back home, back to ourselves, the kingdom of God that is within, back to source, back to us? But yeah, this I love it. Don't like this guy. I don't know where the accents come from. I'm a Brummie, so you know. But let's get into the astrological story. If you did like those connections, if anything stood out to you in your personal life, you found it interesting, do give a thumbs up on the video. Help your girl out. We won't take long on the astrological story. Do make sure this is the last month, people. It's the last month. So if you'd like to follow me along, then grab the new calendar so you can follow along yourself. So we are going from the 17th to the 23rd of March 2024. What is interesting to me, of course, is this first quarter moon coming up tomorrow. Well, what's the time? Oh gosh, it's almost 3 a.m. So it's today, I guess. It's today. As well as we're getting the spring equinox, and of course we've got Mars and Fortune going into Aquarius. So when it comes to the spring equinox, in alignment with the sun entering Pisces, the new year has begun. So I do feel the whole January, February energy, and even the beginning of March, it was kind of like, that's the best way I can describe it. And the newness is beginning now. So yeah, it's kind of like, it doesn't surprise me, even though I was anticipating a correction in the crypto market a bit before what it's done. I was expecting it and anticipating it in February. It's kind of like it needed to get that out of the way so it could truly begin fresh for when? The new year, which is now, when spring comes to life. And I saw the biggest, fattest, fuzziest bumblebee, and I'm like, yay, spring. But bringing our attention back to the moon. So we are shifting today from this new moon energy into the full moon energy. So for those who don't know, the new moon, especially if you stuck this long, it will all be time stamped if you want to jump ahead or come back to it. But the new moon energy, price generally likes to find its local resistance level. That's what it likes to do. In the full moon energy, it likes to find its local support energy. And the half moons are the transition and switch in energies. So we have seen Bitcoin obviously reaching certain highs, and if you have been following the market, you would have noticed it has already begun to correct. So we're definitely getting ready to find our next local bottom. Okay, that's what we're getting ready to move into with this moon. Of course, going into the new year, we've reached our highs. We're getting ready to find a new structural bottom in the new year for continuation onward. And when it comes to Mars and Fortune, the thing that sticks out the most to me with this is when it comes to Aquarius, this is fueled by Uranus. So Uranus can come with sudden change, okay, because it's known as the father of electricity. Now, because it comes with sudden change, it tears down the old in order to make room for the new. So when it comes to people's drive and passion, which is Mars, it's like the way people their drive about them, the flame without them, within them, not without them, the flame within them, which will cause them to act and take actions. So again, for those who don't know, the reason why I interpret astrology with the crypto market is because astrology is the reflection of us in the sky. As above, so below. That's literally what it is, and we are connected through the periodic table of elements, which causes chemical reactions in our bodies, causing us to act, take actions in certain ways. I'm not saying it has like a 100% impact on us, but it has some form of impact. So Mars represents your passion and your desire. So it's like the way people will move, what they're passionate about, could bring about sudden change with the actions that they choose to take when it comes to the crypto market. And we've got Mercury in Pisces, and Mercury is all about energetic exchange, which covers monetary money, the main part, and Pisces is water. So this is why I'm also seeing, as I mentioned in my past videos, volatility in the market, because water is just lucrative, you know. So in this lucrativeness, sudden change could come. So do keep that in mind. Now, this sudden change can be a sharp correction. It could be a sharp correction. Let's not be blind to that fact, because the market is well, Bitcoin and some altcoins are well overdue a correction. But ultimately, being in this energy, this Aquarius energy, is fortunate, because this is fortune and it can bring about fortune and prosperity. But that is it for the astrological story. Do let me know if you liked it. Do give a thumbs up, help your girl out, and we get into the technical analysis to finish off. Mama's feeling a bit tired, so I don't know if I'm gonna do Dogecoin, but we'll see. We shall see. So we've got Bitcoin. All of them are looking green. Earlier today they were red. All of them were red, so they're just slightly recovering. But just looking at this alone, without any drawings, we can see that we are super extended, just super extended. So a correction, confirmation, mini burp, just wouldn't surprise me. And this is where I feel like why I'm even passionate just about sharing this, because if you're seeing this video, it's not the time to just get in. Even not right now, even though it's corrected a little. Don't buy high, buy low, sell high. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, just looking at this, price has dipped underneath the 8 is it the EMA? Estimated moving average, or is it the SMA? No, it's the EMA. So it's below the 8, which is kind of telling me, even if we do get a little relief, we may then get rejected to come back down at least to the 55. And I'm gonna say at minimum. So this is looking at the 54k Bitcoin, and then of course we do have the 200 sitting at 40k Bitcoin. Now this area is definitely a bit more solid than the 50k area. 40 is more solid than 50 for a more structural support. However, even if we break below 50, I still wouldn't be surprised. I don't know if it's going to happen. We will follow this cycle by cycle, and we'll see where it could potentially go to. But even if, as I was anticipating price to probably top out about here, 52, it just continued up and tapped out. I literally touched 73k, getting close to 74. So it just went up and up. So because it did that, it's just going to be more of a greater fall. Here's just not that strong. So here just looks a bit more stronger. However, if it can't hold that 40, I still wouldn't be surprised because of how high it went up. Even if it wicks lower, especially because right here we've got the luminary moving averages. So these are the stars, what I like to pay attention to. So what we're having here, they're coiling up, and this berry line, this reddish berry line, is literally, it's crossed them, hasn't it? No, they're coiling up together, they're moving together, and eventually it will soon cross it. But what's looking good when it comes to the luminary moving averages, it's not even called that, that's my name. Let me show you what it's called. It's called PTMA, planetary moving averages, that's what it's called. But I just call them luminary moving averages because that's my brain. But with them crossing, that's just signaling more to me of upward momentum. However, not only to these highs, as well as the 200 and the 55, it's just super overextended. So it's like price may get a little support on the 55. If it goes lower, it will get a little support on the 200. If it drops even lower, then it's these moving averages that may come in handy. Let's take a look on, we're not at the end of the month, are we? What have I just done? There we go. We're not at the end of the month, but we'll put the moons on in a bit. Ew, what have I just done? Oh, go back. What happened? So just moving this up a little so we can take more of a little look. So the RSI, the RSI, what I have been saying for the past 4 Crypto Angles podcasts, I'm sure, is this bearish divergence. And I swear I held on to it. If you've reached this far in the video, especially if you've been watching my past videos, I have been saying this bearish divergence, because the drawings are on when I put them on, but we'll just take a look at this without all the mess. So we had, as I mentioned before, even from this area, this is where it starts. Price is this low, but the RSI is at the highest point when price is here. Moving on from January 2023 coming into October 2023, the RSI sits lower than this point. However, price is higher, another bearish divergence signal. And it continues. We then have this high as it reached, where did it reach? It was here, 63k. But the RSI is slightly lower than this point when it was at 34k. Bearish divergence, fam. Then we have this point where price even went higher. It went higher, but the RSI was lower. So another confirmation of the bearish divergence and what's happened, especially as price has found its resistance, and we're exiting this new moon energy. We had this sharp rejection. So just looking at the RSI anyway, you can see it has jumped up a bit. Could we extend a little bit more before turning back down? But I'm not gonna lie, it does look like very tiny, but it looks like it's ready to slope over to come and retest the 50 on the RSI. So do keep that in mind. I'm generally seeing a reversal in the crypto market. We will double confirm this with the DXY, but again, we're getting the MACD. The MACD has switched from green and it's going into the red, and it hasn't even switched to the lighter color red yet. So it's kind of showing me that we've got a lot of downside potentially to come. We're also getting the blue and the red line crossing over, so the red is getting ready to go on top for extra confirmation of this bearish diversion for this retest. So that's what I'm seeing there. I'm going to just put on my drawings just so we can get another little look. So this is what I drew, a potentiality. And I know someone says don't trade squiggles. Like, I don't I don't trade squiggles, I just draw out potentials basically. Also, that same person, thank you so much for watching my videos and getting to the end of it. I truly appreciate it. And I've just noticed quite often you've said bad audio. Your girl is trying, and at the end of the day, I can't do anything about it right now. So I do hope that the audio is better, but the only thing I can suggest is you turn your volume up until I can get a better mic, because I've got a mic, but I say it go, it's not getting better than this. So it's just like hearing bad audio, it just doesn't help. But your other comments definitely do help, and I've not got back to my comments yet, but I definitely will. Just give you girls some time. Mama's been a little bit busy. My children have been ill this whole cycle. Like, oh, they've not been very well. So, but anyway, this is what I'm seeing. So I did mention it in my last video, but this parallel channel I'm still keeping my eye out for when it comes to Bitcoin, and it may not reach it. However, if it taps back into this parallel channel, if it has a deep correction to destroy the emotions of people who brought at the top after listening to all the hype and just like, yes, let me get into it, and having zero knowledge of technical analysis, if it does have the deep correction, I won't be scared or worried or confused if it taps back into this parallel channel. So oh gosh, we did have back here, as I says, confirmation bar, last breakout zone. This is like a solid area, and I find it interesting that the luminary moving average are literally at the bottom of this parallel channel in alignment with this last solid breakout zone. So this is why if price would like to come back to this zone, that 33 lowest, oh, would it wick to 39? I doubt it. I don't know. 31 to 34 is kind of like my lowest targets when it comes to Bitcoin. If it goes lower, I'm seeing that would only be a wick, and it would be brought up quite quickly. But that's at, I'd say, best case scenario to get in at good prices when it comes to Bitcoin. But if we don't reach this low, we've also got the dotted line in between this, which sits at where 39 to 40k. So this was my other zone where it's just like, this is the better solid zone than this little useless trading cluster here. Like, what is this? It's nothing really. And this would set us either touching the top of the parallel line or just parallel channel or just under it. There's a potential of it just wicking down and then coming back up and trading above it, as I drew here. So I'm just keeping all of these in mind. Let me show you the moons, then we'll get on to XRP. So as you can see clearly here, we had this new moon energy in Aquarius. It topped it out, it found its resistance. So what we're waiting for now is this full moon. Where will price find its bottom? And we can only see that day by day. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. If it cannot hold this, we have to wait and see. It's the best thing I can say. I just want to take a look at the Bollinger Bands. So again, it's like we were trading quite close to the Bollinger Band, and then we're being rejected. Will we come back down to the lower end of the Bollinger Band, the grey, as you can see here, for our first level of support? Something I do want to put up. What is it? This? Yeah. So this is fascinating. The amount of people kind of involved in it. I don't want to say the involved, buying, things of that nature. I don't know the correct term. But look how small it is at the top here. when Bitcoin was topping out, but look how much volume there was investing and interaction with Bitcoin when it was at these prices. So I feel this is just another confirmation of this bearish divergence. Okay, a correction is inevitable, and it's just wild. There's noise on the world stage, there's distractions, and even the news is talking about Bitcoin reaches all-time highs to draw more people in, to be like, oh, even if it's retraced a little, they may be like, oh yeah, it's just going up, and then they just buy when it's super high. They buy when it's super high. Da 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 da. So have no fear. The crowd is here, and the mic is on. Sorry, and they wanna show. Oh 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 oh. Yeah. So let's get on to XRP. See, let's get on to XRP. So Bitcoin done a, how high did Bitcoin go? I'm sure I calculated this in the last one, but let's just do it again for this video. Just hide all the noise. Just from this point where it kind of went up. Done about 68, about 70, 68, 70% move. If we're doing it even lower from this last breakout zone to what it did, 130% move. What has XRP done? XRPizzy, what have you done, my lad? So when Bitcoin broke out, this went down, so we just do it from the bottom. It's done a 47, 49, almost 50% move, and then now it's come back down to like a 23% move. So I don't know, the way XRP is moving, I do feel, especially in alignment with the Gematria connections that we went over with Middelton. And I said in my last video, it won't surprise me if XRP is just isolated. So it's just doing its own thing when it's ready to do its own thing, basically. Because Bitcoin is clearly rejecting and it's retracing. There may be a little relief before continuation down. But as Bitcoin moves the market, I'm kind of just like, if XRP don't isolate itself, where is it going to take it go? Is it going to take it to hell? Is it going to take it to hell? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because where could it bring it to go? Back to this level before continuation, or would XRP hold pretty much where it is before continuation upward? So when it comes to the luminary moving averages, I'm liking that all of them are sloping up, but we do have the berry line, which is Uranus, is pretty much more facing downwards, but it looks like, you can barely see it, but it does look like it's getting ready to slope up. But it is crossing all of them, and when Saturn, Pluto and Mercury are above Venus, Neptune and Uranus, and Uranus, is more upward momentum when it comes to the luminary movements. So before I put on the drawings, let's just take a look at the moving averages. So just like Bitcoin, it is underneath the 8 moving average. Could we find support? Oh gosh, 56. Could we find support at 56? But we're getting the 55, which is the white line, getting ready to cross the 200. So even if price just hovers where it is, to allow the moving averages to come up, could price just rest pretty much where it is? That's a possibility. Let's just take a look at these. So again, it is kind of pretty much under them, majority of them, but could it find support at that 57 to 59 region. Just find support there and then continue to the upside. Before we put on our draw, oh, I pressed the wrong thing, that's why. That's why. Let's just take a look at the RSI. So you notice I've only done the daily. I feel I spoke for so long already, so I don't want to talk any much longer. But the RSI on the daily, we have gone below the 50. So we have to see how XRP responds. Will it jump up above it, find it as its resistance, and then continue? Or is this, support, sorry, or is this its resistance? Could we get rejected and come that leg lower, which could potentially bring us down to just find support? Could it go back down to 51, 52, or will we stick to the lowest 57 to 59 region? Let's take a look at the MACD. Okay, just like Bitcoin, it is it's switched as well, and we've flipped into the red. So downward momentum, the downward momentum. You know how I put songs at the beginning of my videos? Only one had the copyright straight away, so now you're just gonna get my voice singing. I gon' sing, I'm gon' sing. So, just looking at some of these message roarings, what I do find interesting is that XRP broke through and it retested not only this support, which was quite a strong support. As you can see, price literally, it was its support back in November up until the end of January, or the beginning of January. We then had it a few more times, so we did trade above it, but you notice more of the body of the candle, we are under it, little resistance before breaking through. We hit it a little, wicked down and went straight back up, traded on it, dipped down, went straight back up. We went to whatever high, and then we come back and wicked just by this support, back down, wicked a bit below, but then traded on it, and so on, before we broke below it. So it's kind of like, it's quite a valid point. 59 cents, yeah, 59 cents is quite valid, very close to 58, which is XRP. And not only that, but we do have, it's like it's back tested this trend line. So this green trend line that it's in, it has back tested it, so that's a little sign of strength. That is a little sign of strength, to be honest. It is back within this parallel channel that it's been trading in since its inception, so that's quite important. Could we get to the low of this channel, or could we just slide down this trend line and touch the middle point, the dotted line at like 54 cents? Is that a possibility, or is this trend line strong enough for price to just hover, because it hits it and then it's jumped back up, but now it's underneath this channel, it's within this channel? So could we get that rejection and then retest this zone? I did want to, so I got rid of it. I had like the trend line, I'm just gonna put it as line. Change this color just to red so I can see. Don't want you as thick, my bro. I don't want you as thick. Does it match with the candles though? Not so quite with the candles, because that gives us What does this give us? Shall we just draw another line just to see? I don't know if I'm going to do Doge. My voice is tired. Let me know if you'd like me to do Doge, and I'll probably do it for the next cycle, the next video. But let's just zoom in back now to see where these red lines could potentially be hitting. Okay, so this is the lower one, and interesting, as you can see, we got rejected off it a few times. Even here, before it broke through, then it dropped back below it. We did get close to the higher one of the wicks, but not quite. Not quite. So we've been tackling this trend line, this red trend line, for a minute. What it would be nice to see is staying above it, but it's good we are above this local trend line. It's definitely good we're above that, and ultimately it's seen if we can hold it. If we do break back through, we just have to see. We'll just have to see. It's just presenting more amazing buying opportunities, I guess. So let's take a look. I don't know how long this video has been. Let's take a quick look at Doge, because why not? Why is that baby Doge for you? Baby Doge. There's a baby Doge for. Oh gosh, it's at 14 cents. Doge has been doing bits. I've not been paying attention to this one, but I remember when it was at 6, I was like, oh raw. It's basically done what all of them have done. If it wants to, just a simple thing without even putting on any drawings, just this level where the dotted lines are. Even if it wants to come back down, this just looks like a healthy zone to come back down to. Confirmation burp. And if it breaks that, it's potentially just a quick wick to gain its support off the moving averages for continuation. So that's Doge, but let's just go on to the DXY to see exactly what that could be doing for confirmation of what crypto could be doing. And then we'll summarize. We'll summarize. Why are these red lines here? What did I do that for? It's I don't think that's anything anymore, so get rid of them. My charts are messy, but so is my mind. We're working on it though. We can definitely even get rid of that. That's not needed anymore. So I don't know why this green line is there, so we'll get rid of that. I can't remember. Let's take a look at the RSI for one. Okay, so with the RSI right now, on the DXY, we could potentially be getting rejected at this level. So even if it goes up higher on the price, it's kind of like, how can I put it? Even if it goes up a tad bit more, probably like 0.1%, I don't know, it's like it may get rejected off this trading cluster when it comes to the volume of the price. And then on the RSI, this is it hitting the 50 to then get rejected again. Now we could create a higher low on the RSI, so we'll just pay attention to that, but that's what I am seeing straight away. So this measured move, will it come in? I don't know. Or is it creating a big W? But isn't W's like continuation to the upside? But then on the larger scale, it could be this massive M. So we'll see how it goes, but straight away it is seeming like we're going to get a little rejection. So I'm kind of seeing there could be that little bit of upward momentum in the crypto market, especially because it has retraced quite a bit. So a little bit of relief could come in. Now, as I says, when it comes to the moons, it lasts 5 days before and 5 days after. And this right now, today, is the transition period. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The full on 100% new year. And these days are just like meh. That's the best way I can describe it. It's a bit like meh. So crypto could potentially be creating a higher low from now up until Wednesday. Then we're in this full on full moon energy for crypto to get ready to find its new support zone. Okay, so it's like, how could this go? Even if we get rejected and come back down, would we find support at the 103 or come lower and find support here? I'm not sure. We'll just have to see how it goes. But ultimately, I am seeing there could be a potential downside momentum with crypto, with the DXY, giving us that momentary, just that little bit of relief after this retracement in the market. But after this retracement and having that relief, we want to pay attention to if it's creating a higher high or a higher low. Because if it's a higher low, that's just another confirmation of the bearish divergence of a retracement. But that's pretty much what I'm seeing so far. I don't even feel there's much need to put in anything else. Does this do anything on this one? No, it don't work for that. Bollinger Bands. Oh, right now we're actually under. No, we're not underneath the grey. We bounced off it. So again, could we get that rejection on the blue? Can you see the blue here, the middle? Could we be rejected off that as another confirmation? We will see. We will see. But Mama's getting tired. My eyes are falling asleep. It is, oh gosh, it's almost 3:30 in the morning. So I'm going to begin to upload this to YouTube. But do let me know, what are your thoughts on the crypto market? Did you like this? How are you feeling personally? Do you feel yeah, how are you feeling? What are your thoughts about the world stage? I do feel Middleton. Why am I saying Middle Miss? I know a Middle Miss. That's why. But Kate Middleton, her actions on the world stage aren't in vain. There's no coincidences. It's happened for a reason, to create a ripple effect. And it's a divine secret. So if you've reached this far, do give me a thumbs up. Do make sure you grab the calendar. There is a discount, Lumin10 on Etsy only, but it's also available on my TikTok shop. Any support is highly appreciated. Even if you just like the video, drop an emoji or share it if you feel called to. And if you liked my angle of reality, do let me know. But with that being said, check out my other videos. I do also offer birth chart readings in full alignment with the visible sky. And I've got something fascinating coming up very soon, and I'm excited to share that. But do let me know your thoughts with this video. Stay safe in the crypto market. This is the best time to get prepared and to know your plan. But with that being said, I will catch you in the next Crypto Angles podcast, number 52. Angel out. Bye.